Are you using your secret superpower? We all have it, but we don't all use it. We're going to talk about it on today's podcast. I've spent the last 20 years studying, teaching, and coaching people to find their greatness and take their lives to the next level. Along the way, it's become evident that emotions are at the root of everybody's successes and failures. Worry and fear are the enemies, and it's time to forge the armor and earn the tools to overcome the two things that could single-handedly destroy your future. Hi, my name is Michael Johnson, and I'm a life coach, a peak performance trainer, and I'm the emotions guy. It's time to take back control of how you feel, control of how you act, and control of how you experience life. It's time to become a lifer, a new breed of overachiever focused on living every minute to its fullest. We are responsible for how we feel, and no one and no thing can make us feel anything. Emotional mastery is our journey, and emotional education and intelligence is the key. We are lifers, and this is Magic for Life. What's up, lifers? Michael Johnson here with the Magic for Life podcast. I'm so excited that you joined me today. And today we're going to talk about, well, some of the stuff that's going on in this wonderful world of ours. You've got a whole lot of worry, a whole lot of fear, and a whole lot of anxiety. And I don't know if that fits you at all, but I know that listening to people out there and the world as a whole, that we are currently operating from a perspective of fear and anxiety and worry. And all of these things ultimately will take their toll on you. And when they take their toll on you, they will take their toll on everybody else around you. And they'll start to pull on the group that is closest to you. So if that's your family, if that's your spouse, if that's your business partners and relationships. And so what's happened right now is that everybody's sort of contracted a little bit to sort of build up the walls and protect ourselves from this overwhelming emotion of worry, fear, anxiety. These are the three things that really can easily rule your world, and it doesn't take much for them to really take over. So what we have to do is we have to figure out some things that we can do to combat those. Now, we're going to dig into the superpower side of things because, see, I know you have something great inside of you. You have this amazing superpower. And one of our fascinations with the X-Men and with superheroes and those types of movies, Marvel, all of these superhero type movies, is that we see them and they have this superpower thing that they can do. And they're learning, in many instances, what to do with it. Right? They get, or they find in the origin story of one of these superheroes, they find their amazing thing, right? They figure out accidentally, oh, I just fell off a building and I can fly. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then they find out that they could do something really positive. Then they do something positive and then everything goes wrong. And then they have to figure out really what it is that they're going to do with it. Now, the interesting thing, I think, about superpowers is that we all have them and we don't all choose to use them. You have a superpower. You have something inside of you right now that is ridiculous. It is so good. You do it, you don't even know you do it. And that is one of the true natures of having a superpower, is that your thing, the thing that you love to do, is maybe hidden from you. Maybe everybody else around you sees it. Maybe you are the best mom on the planet and you take it for granted. You don't think twice about it. Maybe you're the best planner or organizer ever, but you do it so easily and you don't think twice about it. And so it's not a superpower because you don't utilize it in a way that allows yourself to do something positive with it. Guys, you have a superpower. You have something in you that you are really good at. And it doesn't even have to mean that you're bored with it. But oftentimes with our superpowers, we tend to get really, well, maybe bored and complacent with it. So I came up with this simple framework, this little easy process that you can do just to discover what some of your superpowers are. But it's going to require a little bit of work on your part. So save this episode. You don't want to miss it because I'm going to ask you to do some stuff. Right. So if you need to pause and go get ready for this, right? Because this is a unique, we're going to do something today specific, right? And if you're walking, if you're already out there doing something, or if you're working out right now, that's okay. Listen to this and then come back and do it again. It's okay. It's not a hard process. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, you ready for this? This is pretty straightforward. We're going to do this. You're going to find your superpower today. What would change in your world if you had a superpower? What would you do different? How would you handle life? What would you do different in a month from now, in a day from now, if you knew your superpower? Well, guess what? I don't want to get overboard here, but you actually have more than one. I know. Crazy talk. We're going to at least find one. We're going to maybe find some more than that. And I'm excited for this because I want to hear what your superpower is. What's your thing? What are you great at? Or what is just your unknown superpower? And you're going to find it out, and you're going to let me know. Send me an email, info@magicforlife.com, or just comment in the comments below. If you're watching on YouTube or wherever you're listening to the podcast, just put it in the comments. I'd love to hear what your superpower is. It's time to take it to the next level and develop that thing. Now, we're not going to talk about developing it or what to do with it next. We're just going to talk about what to do to find it. And there are some really easy, wonderful things you can do to find it. Okay, so here we go. Step 1, put away all your distractions. I know, that's hard. You have to put away your distractions. You have to take your phone and you have to go, okay, I'm putting that phone on mute. I am putting it away, and I'm not going to let anything in there come in and distract me. There you go. It's on mute. No notifications during this time. That's it. You could even set an alarm so that you know that you had this amount of time, okay? Step 2, pick your favorite music. For goodness sakes, there are billions of playlists out there that are created on YouTube. So if you have a smartphone, you can turn on YouTube, pick your favorite song. If you have Pandora or Spotify, pick a playlist of some music that is some great inspiring music. Think of a good time. Think of a memory that you had that you were like, yeah, you know what? I was super productive and I really, really was getting a lot done. And this was a great time. So I remember that song, play that song. But you know what you can do? Type it in on Pandora, and they'll find a bunch of music just like that. And they'll kind of auto create a playlist for you. How cool is that? Right? That's awesome. You can just type in an artist and they'll bring up anything that's kind of in that same genre or sound. Okay, so we got our music. If you're not a music fan, cool. You can skip the music part. But if you like music at all, then music is great. Use your music. Okay. All right. Number 3, if possible, find somewhere in nature to go. Yeah. If possible, go somewhere in nature, meaning outside, with the sun or the clouds or whatever weather it is. If you like rain, go with the rain, whatever. I don't care where it is. Tomorrow, today, in the next 2 days, find some place outside. There is ridiculous power that you can consume from this planet. And I know that might sound a little esoteric or kind of froofy, but we don't have to know how it works. But understand this. It doesn't matter if you like to hike. It doesn't matter if you are, an outdoorsy person. Go find a view. Is there a lake you can look at somewhere? Is there a beach you can sit on? Is there a mountain you can go drive up to, walk out into the forest and sit down somewhere in nature? This is important because there's so much energy in nature. There's so much power in nature and in the world out there. Outside, not inside. Guys, go find some place outside in nature and go there. right? You don't have to be doing something. In fact, I'd prefer you not to be doing something active at that time, because you're going to take with you a notebook. And step 4, this is simple. Step 4, write down everything you know how to do. I know that sounds crazy, and I'm saying everything. Everything. Yeah. You know how to clean the house. You know how to take out the garbage. I'm saying everything you can think of that you know how to do. This is a great start, because you know what? I think so often we judge ourselves, and we go to this place where we're like, well, I know, I'm not good at this, and I'm not really good at anything. And that is not true. You are good at a lot of things. And the crazy thing is that in business, in the world of helping other people, you might be great at something that you take for granted, that you don't realize is important to somebody else, or that they aren't good at. And your perspective of the world and your model and who you hang out with sort of blinds you to it. Because maybe you even hang out with 2 or 3 or 5 other people that also are really good at this thing that you do. And so you think, well, there's tons of people in the world that are good at what I do. So it makes it not important. It makes it not special. Guys, I have seen some of the craziest things where people are like, well, I just saw a need and I'm good at this, so I put this together. And all of a sudden, everybody was like, I love that. That's so great. I love that thing. And everybody else around that was like, oh, I do that all the time. They're thinking, well, gosh, I didn't think about that. I'm good at that, but I just didn't think that was a big deal. Okay. So write down everything you're good at, anything you know how to do, and especially write down the things that you have made a process out of, something that you are great at, or you're so good at it you don't even know you're good at it. So write down all the things you just think are like, meh, whatever. I do this. I make great scrambled eggs. Who cares? Everybody makes great scrambled eggs. Do they? I don't know. My kids love my scrambled eggs. And it's a thing. They really want me to make my scrambled eggs. Okay, well, fine. Sure. Okay. So what things do you take for granted that you're good at, that you know how to do? Guys, we just want to find some of your superpowers. And you might find that your superpower isn't in the thing you did, but it's in the process of how you did it, or in how you learned how to do it. There are lots of ways for you to find your superpowers. And as we do, you're going to find momentum, and you're going to find a way to not focus on the worry, the fear, the anxiety, because you'll be able to start to dig in and focus on the thing it is that you do well. So last step 6, I believe we're on. Lean in, right? Oh no, I skipped step 5. Step 5, you got to rank those things, man. Go over your paper. If you wrote them in a list, or if you wrote them all scattered, go through that whole paper, rank them, pick your top 5. What are the top 5 things in there that you're like, yeah, I do that. That's the best. I do that thing the best. Doesn't seem like it's that important. Don't worry about whether it's important or not. You don't get to judge that. Okay. But rank them. Top 5 things that you know how to do best, and the top 5 things you love to do, because sometimes the things you love to do aren't the things that you do best. So rank those top 5. So you have 10 things there. Okay. Now pick one and lean in. Lean in. Go after it. Might be scary. Just go, you know what? I'm going to get really good at that. I'm already good at it, but let me get really good at it. And I wonder who else in the world doesn't know how to do this. Yeah. Because, I mean, you live in the United States, and the odds are you know how to grill and cook a hamburger. You might suck at it, or you might be amazing at it, because I have friends that are amazing at grilling chicken. You know what? I learned from one of my buddies. He was really great at grilling chicken. Now, anytime I have a barbecue, everybody asks me to do chicken, because I learned how to do what he did. I wasn't good at it, but apparently I'm pretty good at it now. I still don't think I'm great at it. Probably the chefs of the world would have a cow by how I make my chicken. But you know what? Everybody loves it. So there you go. Okay, so pick your thing, lean in, go enjoy and have some fun doing it and getting better at it. Hey, who knows? Maybe it'll turn into a business. Maybe it'll turn into something you love to do. But right now, you've got to get rid of the worry, the fear, and the anxiety. And the best way to do that is to lean into something that you love, lean into your superpowers. So I can't wait to hear what your superpowers are. Go do this, follow those easy steps, and comment in the comments below. I'd love to see them, or send me an email at info@magicforlife.com. I want to see your superpower. What are your superpowers? Let me hear about them. Do it. Don't skip this. Do it. Go find your superpowers. You're going to find some really great value in it. We'll see you next time. And as usual, don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe on whatever format you're looking on, or listening to on, whether it's Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and share it with a friend. For goodness sake, somebody needs to hear this today. Please, somebody needs to hear this. Share it with them. Anyway, we'll see you on the next podcast. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, lifers, don't forget to get your free copy of the Every Minute book. You can find it at everyminutebook.com. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram.